Hey, it's Travis with Air Power Live, coming to you from the Air Power High Point Finishing Lab. I got two things with me today. I got the Filter Management Pro system with the Filter Management System from RTT, and I got Trey from RTT.
How you doing?
How's it going, Trey?
Good.
What's going down today?
Oh, you know, what we're going to try to do is get this thing installed here in the High Point lab. The cool part about this is the retrofitability, right? You have two booths already existing. We're running 110 power to it, some Ethernet. We'll run our M12 cables, replace those bad manometers, you know, that I'm sure you got.
Absolutely.
And we'll get it up and running. So when you get your filter management system, what we're trying to overcome there is this odor technology that gives us that visual gauge, and we want to transform that into a digital format so that it's always monitored, it's always in plain sight. So we're going to remove this one and we're going to replace it with our new transmitter for our Filter Monitoring Pro and our filter management system. All right, so we've already mounted our MagnaSense. This is our transmitter for our Filter Monitoring Pro and our filter management system. I hooked the tubing up already, but I wanted to give a talk about where the tubing should go and why this tube is just open to our ambient environment. So on the bottom of the gauge, it's going to be hard to see with the camera, but this is the negative and this is the positive. And what that means is this chamber here, from here back, is where our exhaust fan is. Our filtration is here forward. So this is the negative pressure environment. This is behind our filters, between our filters and the fan. That's the negative pressure side. The positive pressure side would be the booth, spray booth environment itself, or upstream of the filtration. The reason why we're open to ambient here is you can probably see this is an open booth with conveyor openings in the side. So it's the same as out here. The pressure is the same as it would be in front of the filter. If this was a pressurized enclosed booth, if it was a negative pressure enclosed booth, we would want to bring this tube and put it in front of the filtration to get that positive pressure so that our differential is correct. All right, hey, we got it all installed, powered up. Let's take a look at the screen here, that what you're gonna see. When it originally fires up, you're gonna see an overview of all of our sensors. Like we talked, we only have two different booths here in the lab. But what you get from the home screen of each sensor is you're gonna have that visual gauge. So if you had the manometer, if you had a MagnaHelix, you get that visual indication. You also can see a digital readout of the exact number that we're seeing in the booth right now as it sets there idle. We have our warning pressure, right? That's when our filters are starting to load up. We have our red pressure, which means that our filters are loaded. They need to be changed out. We even give one more level of protection here to make sure your people are safe and your environment is safe. As if a certain pressure is achieved, we're gonna shut down the spray application process.
So it's very important to know that these settings can be changed. Each one of these can be changed depending on the airflow in your booth.
Yes, it's definitely set up per application, type of filtration, exhaust stack runs, how much external static pressure the fan has for filter loading, right? So we have one booth that might be a ½ inch, one booth that might be an inch, one booth that might be a quarter of an inch. It just really depends on that particular system, and that's why they're all fully adjustable.
So the light up here is green. That means that right now you're within the green light limit.
That's right.
You're good. You're still good when it turns yellow or the amber. And once it crosses over into the amber area, this actually turns into an amber color, yellowish amber color.
That's right.
And then once you get up to the red section, which is like you're beyond your limit, it's time to change filters right now, but you've still got a little grace. It's still, the airflow is still moving, but listen, warning, 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 this is gonna be red. What Trey was talking about down here was the option to set up basically a kill switch for your system. With, you know, it's like, hey, nobody paid attention, it's unsafe, time to shut it off.
Exactly right.
In the background of this, we've already set up, and I cannot tell you how super simple it was. You guys have designed a great piece of equipment here, because we're able to set up for each one of these areas, we're able to set a warning up.
Yep.
So once it hits amber, way before the need to to shut down, or way before the need to actually change the filters, our finishing lab manager, Jeff Tussey, and myself will get a warning email that basically says, hey, you've crossed over in from green and perfectly good airflow into questionable airflow. You're getting closer and closer to that red line.
Yep.
And I think actually that one I just set up for Jeff. When it hits red, I will get an email, Jeff will get an email, and we'll actually get text as well.
Yep. We set you up as a
that
text.
tell us, hey, you've crossed over into the red area. Something needs to be handled right now. But I can't tell you how easy they've made this to program. As far as the filter management side of it, there's a lot of extra bells and whistles there. You can input the filter product IDs in here, the descriptions, and this can actually send emails out that once a filter change has happened, you can reorder filters.
That's right. It works on a min system is how it's working. And once a customer or you guys at AirPower figure out where that number needs to be, hopefully we never have inventory issues ever again.
Yep.
Because the system automatically will pull up a filter change, or you can manually change the filter. So, and behind the scenes in this is that filter that's tied into this automatic booth here that's sitting next to us.
How many booths can you do with one of these systems?
So with one touch screen, we can do 12 sensors.
Okay.
So that could be 12 booths. It could be 6 booths, right? If we were doing intakes or exhaust or something like that. If we needed to do more than that from a centralized location, I would just bring in one more screen.
If you're interested in this, please feel free to reach out to me direct. Reach out to AirPower, 1-800-334-1001. Again, we've done an entire podcast. Trey and I did an entire podcast about this and its other two smaller versions of what this is that aren't as beefed out as this one, or tricked out, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, Trey, we appreciate it very much. Thanks for joining us, and we look forward to showing you this RTT filter management system.